So, Samsung had to confirm what devices are getting 3 generations of Android updates, and you should be fairly happy if you've got a Galaxy A series device this year, or an S or Note device either last year or this year. NYPD is using facial recognition to target Black Lives Matter protesters, and the EA Play subscription service is live, and we have all the information on how that's going to work coming soon. This is the Dynamic Digital World. My name's Luke, and let's get started. So let's get straight into this with Samsung devices and 3 generations of updates. All I'm going to say is this is amazing. I've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. So currently when you're on a Samsung device you get 2 updates. Prior to the Note 20 launch, you got 2 updates. But now, you'll get 3 updates. So it's still not on the 5-year update with Apple, but it shows there's slow. But I think this shows that they are expanding their software development team so they can have more years. Now, it's broken down into 5 sections of what you can do in terms of what we'll get these sorts of things. So, in terms of the Galaxy S series, we have the Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G, S20 Ultra, S20 Plus 5G, S20 Plus, S20 5G and S20, as well as the S10 5G, the S10 Plus, the S10, the S10e, and even the S10 Lite. There are a lot of Galaxy S devices. So basically, if your Galaxy S device was released from beginning of 2019 onwards, you will get 3 generations of updates, and it also includes all upcoming S series devices. As for the Note series, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, Note 20 Ultra, Note 25, basically the Note 10 series and the Note 20 series of phones are all getting the 3 years of updates. I can't be bothered to list out 5G and non-5G, as well as upcoming Note series devices. For foldable devices, you have the Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G, Z Fold 2, Z Flip 5G, Z Flip, Fold 5G, Fold, and upcoming Z series devices. That will be all Z series devices as far as I can tell. Then for your Galaxy A series, the one I'm currently on, you have the Galaxy A71 5G, the Galaxy A71, the A51 5G, and A51, as well as the A90 5G, as well as select upcoming A series devices. Then for tablets, you have the S6 series and the S7 series. So last year's tablets and this year's tablets, respectively. So this announces a major change. Now, the phones that we should get are Android 11, Android 12 in 2021, and Android 13 in 2022. Now, this is definitely something I'm happy about, and definitely something I want. See, in my opinion, when it comes down to Android updates, we don't get them for long enough. They've just mapped Google with this, so now it's 2 companies doing this, Samsung and Google, with 3 years of OS updates. I do understand Samsung, they are supporting, I will count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, wait, let me count the ones that they're going to be doing for the next however many years. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, that should be all of the A series devices. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 devices that they will be supporting and developing updates for the next 3 years. Apple release 2, maybe 3 phones a year, as well as a couple of iPads. They definitely don't release 20 iOS and iPadOS devices over a year. So that is a lot of devices to be pledging that amount of support for, and I think if they carry on growing their team like this, we'll eventually see it going to 5 years. So definitely good. Now, beyond these phones that are guaranteed, so these phones are guaranteed for S10 and Note 10 series, as well as the original Fold and Fold 5G. Actually, I'm not too sure about the Fold. The Fold is kind of on a blurry line here, but for S10 and Note 10 and Tab S6 series, you should in theory get up to Android 12. So, yeah, I believe we'll get up to Android 12, Android 10, Android 11, Android 12, unless this is all of them. So, yeah, I think it's up to Android 12. But then for S20 series, Note 20 series, Z Fold 2 and Z Flip, as well as the A71, A51 and A90, as well as their 5G variants, and the Tab S7 series, including the 5G variants as well. They will get up to Android 13. I am definitely looking forward to not having to upgrade for another year, but also not having to worry too much about the whole falling behind in terms of features. That is something I really like, to not fall behind on in terms of feature updates, so that's definitely something nice. I just hope Samsung actually do some fairly quick updates. Now, I mean, don't forget, they'll probably be releasing the S20 series update fairly soon. I mean, after release. I mean, they're already allowing developers to beta test it, and it hasn't even been released. Now, we haven't heard of user-facing features, but I don't think those are being announced until afterwards for One UI 3 now. Yeah, we've got One UI 2.5 being released over the next couple months, I think, for most devices. And then One UI 3 will be released soon after that. Although they may just skip other devices on One UI 3, we're not exactly sure. And to put them straight onto One UI 3 depending on what updates are coming on when. So let's go over, though, on facial recognition, Black Lives Matter, and NYPD. So the Black Lives Matter protests are still going on, and it does still exist. And if you believe it doesn't for a second, then it's still going on. But the NYPD have now used facial recognition to track down one of the activists. The mayor, Bill de Blasio, says standards need to be reassessed. So basically, the activist is accused of assault after allegedly shouting into a police officer's ear with a bullhorn. Yeah. Now, it is shown though that the technology can be used indiscriminately, but on August 7th, so this actually happened 11 days ago, the police department sent dozens of officers, absolutely dozens, including some in riot gear, to the home of 28-year-old Derek Ingram, the man who I believe that's the man who's accused. Now, a standoff followed, which was live streamed by Ingram on Instagram, during which he repeatedly asked officers to produce a search warrant. The officers refused to do so. Protesters supporting Ingram then blocked the street, so the NYPD stood down and Ingram turned himself into the police the next day. Yeah. Okay, now the way that this is actually working, though, and we found this out, is that from the video of the August 7th standoff, it shows officers outside Ingram's home examining a document entitled Facial Identification Section informational lead report. So that is where it came from, and the NYPD then confirmed to the Gothamist that it used facial recognition during the investigation, and that they used it as a limited investigative tool, comparing a still image from a surveillance photo to a pool of lawfully possessed arrest photos. Now, if the photo of Ingram taken from social media or password search, it would constitute a breach of the NYPD policies, as neither from surveillance or arrest, but still, that's the way it's working. Now, as I said, NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio told Gothamists that his office would re-examine the standards for police use of facial recognition, so they would be very careful with it. Now, the NYPD have been using it since 2011, so it's not unknown. The official statistics stating that the department processed 9,850 requests using the software in 2019, leading to 2,510 possible matches. Those figures could be misleading, as apparently, now this is from BuzzFeed, they found that NYPD have run more than 11,000 facial recognition searches using technology from Clearview AI, whilst also denying any official contract with the company. Now, Mayor de Blasio said this week that the NYPD is sparing in its use of facial recognition and never uses technology to undermine or affect public expression or public protest. Now, the NYPD says that Ingram's supposed act of yelling into an officer's ear with a bullhorn caused pain and protracted impairment of hearing. Now, Manhattan State Senator Brad Holman, who has proposed legislation to ban the use of facial recognition by NYPD, said the case was further proof that allowing the police to set their own policy results in no meaningful protections for New Yorkers. Ingram saying that the activists are being specifically targeted because of what they're protesting and what they were trying to deconstruct, saying it's a waste of taxpayer money and dollars that could be reallocated to people struggling throughout the city. I do have opinions on this, however I am going to refrain from sharing my opinions. This is a very politically charged, but I will say now that Black Lives definitely matter, and whilst a lot of people are saying, oh, why are we saying Black Lives Matter, don't all lives matter? Yes, every life matters, we all know that, but right now, Black people are being discriminated against. So the phrase you use, or at least you should use, is Black Lives Matter, so that Black Lives Matter just as much as a white life. Yeah, in my opinion, and may not be your opinion, and maybe unpopular, and I'm aware, but in my opinion, we don't have rights to discriminate. Give me one good reason to discriminate against someone because of the colour of their skin, and I still won't do it. I will never discriminate against someone for race, creed, background, gender, for anything. Discrimination is wrong and it should never happen. That is my thoughts on this. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on facial recognition, apart from that it does need to be regulated. That's me done. Let's move on to EA Play. So, basically, EA recently renamed their services Origin Access and EA Play. Origin Access and EA Access to EA Play. Now, EA Play is a combination between the two. So, EA Play combines Origin Access and EA Access into one package for everything, as far as I'm aware. And it includes access to some of the biggest titles, including games like The Sims 4 and Titanfall 2, as well as benefits like early access for new releases and deals on select games and more. It's $4 a month or $30 a year. However, the premium option, which is very expensive, includes early access to all of EA's new titles titles is $15 a month or $100 a year. Now, that is around the same price actually as Game Pass Ultimate, so I do understand it when I think about it. Wow, that's a lot of money. Well, yeah, it's it's a good price and it's worth the price, I'd say. So that's EA Play. Now, for those of you who are wondering what's going to happen with the EA Play press conference that they do around E3 time every year, that's just being renamed to EA Play Live. So that's the name of that. Then EA Play is the subscription service. And this will also be coming to Steam on August 31st. It's just going to take a bit of time for it to happen. But still though, they originally announced their plan to expand to Valve's platform back in 2019. So they've been casually just kind of throwing their games on there over a certain amount of time. I say throwing, just kind of putting them back on there. But it's definitely good to see this kind of thing going on. Now, I don't know why this is or why it's now, but it's definitely happening now. Also, if you're a GeForce Now fan, then good news, it's now available on Chromebooks. So even if you barely meet the requirements, you should be fairly happy with it. However, I'm still waiting for Linux support. Give me Linux support, I will be very happy. I don't believe it exists yet. Probably because it's still a very small market, but still it would be nice for them to just do it. If it's available on Chromebooks and everything, it should literally be so easy now. Yeah. Okay, anyway, that is everything for today's story. If you're a Samsung owner and you bought one in the last couple of years, you should be very happy. NYPD using facial recognition. I'm not too happy about them using facial recognition for anything full stop. I understand it is necessary though in today's world. As for GeForce Now Cloud Gaming, good to see it on Chromebooks, would be nice on Linux. And of course, we can't be too unhappy about EA Play. I am definitely happy about that. $30 a year. What is that in UK money? That's what I'm wondering, because that won't be... Wow. That's equal to 12 months. Or just under, actually. That's good. I'm happy with that. I like that, actually. Good job, EA. Yeah. Yeah, that's everything. I just have a couple warnings to issue people just regarding certain things going on. So if you use a Huawei device and it currently gets Google updates, I am currently recommending that you now swap your device. Existing Huawei devices will no longer be getting updates, or will be very hard to get updates on your devices. If Huawei do release an update soon, then there's a high chance it could remove your Play Store in order to allow them to release those updates. As for and then a small warning about Apple, Fortnite doesn't appear to be going back anytime soon, as Epic are now being completely banned from the Apple App Store, just 100% and completely. But so if you're a Fortnite player and you're thinking of getting a new phone, currently I recommend you go onto Android. I will be writing up a guide on how to install Fortnite on my website, just so that people are aware of how to do it, and I will make a small video tutorial on how to do it as well. But that is everything for today, and I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Stand Out Just a World. My name's Luke, and thank you for listening.